Hi, I'm Steve, your multifamily specialist, 570-798-7051. Here's a video on how to calculate rehab numbers. And this is one that is a train wreck nationwide because every market has different labor numbers. I'm going to give you my averages for northeastern and central Pennsylvania over the last 10 or 20 years of doing this. I'm not trying to tell you that your market needs to match this. Some markets have much more expensive contractors because the contractors have to have much more expensive insurances or licenses or whatever, or just have more expensive living expenses. It just costs more to live in New York than it does in Scranton. But I think the rule of thumb is a good place to start. So what I do when I'm walking through a property or when I'm looking at a property and I'm looking at the pictures. Pictures are huge. When you're doing a house as a wholesaler, take lots of pictures. I need them. I walk through and there's basic categories that I look for. And a lot of the categories are all or nothing, but most of the categories are either square footage need or percentage need. All or nothing categories would be like furnace. It either works or it doesn't. It might need some repair and that may be a middle, but usually it's I'm replacing it, I'm not. Water heater. Water heater almost has no repair number. It's either staying or it's going. So that's an all or nothing category. Flooring is a per square foot category. It might be, oh, they just replaced the flooring in every room but the kitchen and bathrooms. So I only have, 800 square feet to replace as opposed to 4,000 or, whatever. A percentage one would be like a kitchen. You look around the kitchen, well, it doesn't need to be gutted, but it needs probably 60% rehab, whatever. Or a roof. A roof might be 2/3 good, 1/3 not good, whatever. So there's going to be rules of thumb. And in the spreadsheet that I offer on this topic, you'll see how it has a category, a column called square footage. It's really fractional, whatever, it depends on what line item you're doing. Excuse me. So starting from the top, the first thing I do is my spreadsheet asks me for number of units, square foot per unit, square foot common area, whatever. So it can calculate how many square foot are in the damn building. It then square roots that and figures out how much wall space I have. So I have those numbers for future calculations. And let's say, just for average, easy sake, it's a 2,000 square foot home. Well, in my market, I know I can buy the flooring material for $225 a square foot. And I know I can have it installed for about $150 a square foot. So I'm $375 a square foot in flooring. That's not, hardwood. That's just the average flooring that I typically use, which is vinyl composite plank, luxury vinyl plank, I think they call it, or a vinyl core. So I'm at $350 or whatever there. I then know what my average people charge me for painting. I know the cost of paint. Boom, boom, boom. For me, my flooring and walls are $6 to $7 a square foot. Boom. So if I have 2,000 square feet, $14,000, I've got the cosmetics redone on the whole house. I then have windows. I know in my market, I pay somebody $50 a window to put them in. Window costs me $1.30. A little bit of extra crap that goes into spray foam and stuff. I'm at $200 a window. I got 20 windows, that's $4,000. Kitchen. Depends if it's rental or flip, but an average rental or low-end flip kitchen for me is $5,000. Not the flooring, not the painting, rip everything out, put everything back in. Does not include appliances. Appliances are another $2,000. They're a separate line item. So $5,000 to $7,000 I get my kitchen. That's a perfect example where percentages come into play. You might not need to do the whole kitchen, or you might just need to do the countertops or whatever. You can play the rule of thumb, you can play fractionals, you can break it down. But usually I'm saying $5,000 a kitchen in and out. And usually I'm getting it done for about $4,000. Again, we are not here to nickel and dime whether on this spreadsheet a kitchen is 5 or 3 or 6. A little bit why it's 6, because you don't want to put in your spreadsheet a lower number and have reality be higher. But if I'm saying 5 and you're saying, oh, I could do it for $3,500, great, good for you. I would still put in 5 because what if you screw up somewhere else? Same thing with bathrooms. $2,500, I rip out and replace a bathroom. If I'm just doing a quickie on it, maybe $500 or $1,000 to put in a new tub surround and touch it up. So we go right down. Heating systems. And I have 3 gears on heating systems. I have a $1,000 repair number, I have a $5,000 replace the furnace number, and I have a $10,000 new system number. And I just go with that. You know, plumbing, So you add all that up. And that's maintenance, that's labor and materials. You take into account 20% pad. Make sure you do your you have a plan for delivery and whatever. And this is your rule of thumb. Your contractor will give you your actual number. But if you're a wholesaler walking through a property, this spreadsheet is your way of figuring out ballpark where you're at. This is a key number because your rental spreadsheet that I discuss in a different video, and your flip spreadsheet that I discuss in a different video, and your lender spreadsheet that I discuss in a different video all play into this. So it's key you have an idea. And that is all you're doing. If you're a wholesaler using this information, you will never say to a client, well, I'm sure the repair is going to be based on the numbers that Steve just rattled off to me. No. But you will say, I think the repair is $25,000 and here's why. And you send them a copy of the spreadsheet and you say, here's my assumptions. My assumptions are kitchens are this, bathrooms are that, They can like your assumptions, not like your assumptions, trust your assumptions, not trust your assumptions. You've given them the ammunition, you've given them your best input, and you've qualified it by saying, here's why I think this is my input. Anyway, please, love to have you as a student, love to have you work with me. Steve, the multifamily specialist. We buy, sell, rent, flip, do everything nationwide. Focused in Scranton, Pennsylvania, but we do work nationwide. We also help with private lending. 570-798-7051. Thanks.